What's up, YouTube? Uh, kind of forgot that I needed ball joints, and might as well put them in now while the car's down and I don't have the winter wheels on yet. So I got high quality Mevotech ball joints to put in, and I have done the ball joints on this car before, but I know this left front ball joint is no good. It does have considerable play in it, and it does need to be replaced. So um, I'm gonna see about jacking up the car and try and get this guy banged in there and let you guys have a watch. All right. Okay, so what I'd like to do next is loosen the bottom nut, get the cotter pin out of there, and you can see when I did these before, put a nice little glob of grease right on top of it after it was all tightened, so that these would come right out another day. I've already got some lube sprayed up on them. And I'll just get it backed off enough. Get a good rag. And get this pinch bolt out of there. A lot of times they can be a pain in the ass, or they break, and then you're into a lot bigger job. So yeah, the pinch is right in here, and you kind of want to spread that a little bit, makes the ball joint come out a little easier. And I don't have a hammer. It's just the wheel spacer falling off. Got 5mm wheel spacers all around. Let me do something. Okay, now the next step, what I'd like to do is get a chain wrapped around the control arm and let it drape a bit, and swing a bar through here, and then just use the leverage up against the frame or further in on the control arm to try and pull the ball joint out of the steering knuckle, and that usually works for me. Okay, so it might be a little difficult for you guys to see, but I've got the chain looped around the control arm and everything's loosened, but the bottom nut's still on the ball joint, and I got the bar going through here, and it's being blocked up some wood here because I'm just getting too close to the floor. Used to working on a hoist, and you can see already, just putting some good downward pressure. I've already got that ball joint moving that easy. Kind of let it come back up. Okay, so I got it apart. I ended up using the pickle fork and just got it in between the ball joint and the control arm, and it finally popped out. So it's finally out of there. You can feel the play. It's not to the point where it's about to break, but certainly playing it. So now I had to get the new ball joint. Just drop it into the control arm, line the nut on. And set the chain back on the control arm. That new ball joint's tight. It doesn't want to. Oh, boom, popped right in. Couple little things to get that ball joint all the way up in there. This ball joint, they provide you a new pinch bolt, which is kind of nice. Of course, they always like to change up the size on you. This one's it's a 14 mil coming out. That's a 16 going back in. And the nut is now an 18. the lock washer for the bolt. I'll just get a 16 to tighten that pinch bolt back up. And I probably will put a little glob of grease on the outside of that now that it's all tight. And that'll be it. Okay, so I got a little grease here. I'm just going to put it right on that cotter pin. I know some people will be like, oh no, don't do that. Grease on the threads. But the last ones were in there for 3 or 4 years. I think they'll be okay again. And where you get a lot of salt on the roads, those cotter pins, they just seize right in there. And then if you ever have to take it apart to take, do a CV axle or something, then you end up having to drill the things out, and it's just a pain. There's no sense to it. And that's it. So you can see I'll get that all tightened up. Grease there. And that ball vent's done. So, on to the other side. the other ball joint in. A lot more. It went a little bit more straightforward than the left side, just because you do one side, the other side tends to be a lot easier. You got all your tools out, and just doing the one makes the other one so simple. I did run into a problem with the pinch bolt. I guess the last time that steering knuckle must have the threads torn out of it, so the regular pinch bolt won't actually tighten up in there anymore, and so there was a high grade bolt with a nylock nut on there, and taking it off, it pretty much stripped all the threads off the bolt. So right now I just have like a regular grade 5 bolt. It's a bit too long, but it's all clamped together, and it should stay tight for now until I get something better in there. But yeah, for now that's going to be it. In the next one I'll just get the wheels mounted, and probably get it, maybe even get it outside and go for a quick drive just to see how it drives. Alright, I'll see you in the next one.